Why is it that so many of us spend hours practicing what to say on a date, only to have her mind made up about us in the first few seconds? That feeling when you're still clearing your throat and somehow you sense that she's already decided whether there's chemistry or not. It's not just in your head. Research shows that people form up to 90% of their first impression within the first 4 seconds of meeting someone new. 4 seconds. Think about that. The truth is, she's reading you before you've even had a chance to speak. And what she's reading isn't your clever opening line or your carefully rehearsed story. She's reading your body language, your energy, the subtle cues that you don't even realize you're giving off. Every day, you're having dozens of silent conversations where not a single word is exchanged. When you walk into a room, your body is speaking volume. Your posture is making statements. Your facial expressions are asking questions. And she's fluent in this language, often more fluent than you are. Women are typically more attuned to nonverbal cues than men. The female brain generally processes nonverbal communication in more areas than the male brain does. While you're focusing on not tripping over your words, she's processing your authentic self through 1,000 tiny signals. The way your shoulders are positioned as you walk in, the confidence, or lack thereof, in your stride, the genuineness of your smile. These signals bypass conscious thought. They speak directly to her instinct, to her gut feeling about who you really are. And here's the thing, she's not judging you on perfection. She's not looking for the smoothest operator. She's looking for congruence, authenticity, the alignment between who you claim to be and who you actually are. This is where so many men struggle in dating. There's a gap between how they present themselves and who they really are. Maybe you've experienced this yourself, that feeling of putting on a performance, of trying to be someone you think she wants, rather than being comfortable in your own skin. You rehearse clever lines, you prepare stories that make you sound adventurous or successful, but then you walk into the date with your shoulders tense, with your breath shallow, with your movements stiff and unnatural, and she notices the discord. She senses the performance. This authenticity gap creates discomfort. You're working twice as hard, getting half the results, and wondering why connecting feels so exhausting. Pause for a moment. Think about the last time you felt truly relaxed around someone you were attracted to. How did that feel in your body? How natural was your laughter? That version of you, the authentic, unfiltered you, is who she's trying to glimpse in those first few seconds. Contrary to what many believe, women aren't making split-second judgments about your wealth, status, or even your physical appearance alone. They're assessing something far more fundamental. Your presence. Presence is that quality of being fully engaged in the moment, being comfortable in your own skin, being grounded in your own worth, regardless of the outcome. When you have presence, you're not leaking nervous energy. You're not trying to prove yourself. You're not mentally rehearsing your next line while she's still speaking. You're just there, fully there. This quality is magnetic, and it's immediately visible in how you carry yourself. She can see it in the way you make eye contact, not too intense, not too avoidant, but connected and warm. The way you occupy space, not dominating it aggressively, not shrinking from it apologetically, but claiming your space with ease. The way you move, not rushed and frantic, not frozen and stiff, but deliberately and with purpose. These qualities can't be faked. They emerge naturally when you're aligned with yourself. And here's the liberating truth. Presence isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, about being in your body rather than lost in your head. Let's break this down into 3 specific signals she's reading before you say a word. Number 1, your baseline confidence. Baseline confidence isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's about the quiet assurance that you belong exactly where you are. She sees this in how you enter a space. Do you hesitate at the threshold, looking around for approval, or do you move with certainty, as if you're exactly where you're meant to be? She notices this in your posture. Are your shoulders rolled forward in subtle apology for taking up space? Or are they relaxed and open? This baseline confidence isn't situational. It doesn't depend on whether she likes you or not. It's a fundamental comfort with who you are. And here's the key. It's not about being fearless. It's about being willing to feel the fear and move forward anyway. Number 2, your emotional availability. Before you exchange a single word, she's assessing whether you're emotionally present and available. She sees this in your eyes. Are they darting around the room, checking your phone, looking for something better? Or are they engaged, curious, and attentive? She notices this in your facial expression. Is your face a mask of cool detachment? Or does it reveal genuine reaction, interest, amusement, curiosity? Emotional availability doesn't mean wearing your heart on your sleeve. It means being willing to be affected by the interaction, to be moved by her presence. In a world where so many people are checked out, mentally scrolling through their phone even when it's in their pocket, simple presence is revolutionary. Number 3, your relationship with tension. Dating involves tension, the tension of attraction, the tension of uncertainty, the tension of possibility. She sees it in how comfortable you are with silence. Do you rush to fill every gap in conversation, or can you rest in momentary silence? She notices it in your breathing. Do you hold your breath when nervous, or do you breathe deeply from your center? Most importantly, she senses it in your ability to be present with discomfort without becoming the discomfort. Can you acknowledge nervousness without becoming consumed by it? Your relationship with tension reveals your emotional maturity, and emotional maturity is incredibly attractive. If you're recognizing yourself in the performance trap, that exhausting cycle of trying to be someone you're not, there's good news. You can break free. Starting today, the first step is simple but profound. Bring your awareness back to your body. Most of us live in our heads. We're consumed by thoughts, rehearsing scenarios, judging our performance. Meanwhile, our bodies are sending signals we're not even aware of. Try this right now. Take 3 deep breaths. Feel your feet on the floor. Notice the sensation of your clothing against your skin. This simple practice of embodiment is the foundation of authentic presence. It's the difference between thinking about the interaction and being in the interaction. The second step is to practice congruence in low-stakes situations. When the barista asks how your day is going, pause and give a genuine answer rather than a reflexive fine. When someone asks what you do for work, practice answering without either apologizing for your job or inflating its importance. These small moments of congruence build the muscle of authenticity. The third step is to reframe your definition of dating success. Success isn't getting her to like you. Success is showing up as yourself and discovering if there's a genuine connection. This shift changes everything. Instead of trying to perform your way into her heart, you're creating space for real connection to emerge or not. Here's the beautiful paradox. The less you try to impress her, the more impressive you become. Because what truly captivates her isn't your achievements or your clever line. It's your comfort with yourself, the good, the bad, and the wonderfully human. She wants to see the real you, the you that exists when no one is watching. She wants to see your genuine enthusiasm, not the cool, detached persona that's afraid to care too much. Your authentic vulnerability, not the polished facade that never admits uncertainty. Your natural humor, not the rehearsed jokes you think will land. In short, she wants to see the man behind the mask, because that's the only man she can truly connect with. There's a profound liberation in being seen for who you really are. How exhausting is it to maintain a persona? To constantly monitor your words and actions to ensure they align with the image you're trying to project? This exhaustion doesn't just deplete you, it prevents the very connection you're seeking. True connection, the kind that lights you up from within, can only happen when you're willing to be seen. Really seen. Not just the highlight reel, but the full, complex human being that you are. And here's the secret. The parts of yourself that you work hardest to hide are often the very parts that create the deepest connection when revealed. Your quirks, your passion, your fears. These aren't flaws to be concealed. They're the texture of your humanity. When you walk into the cafe or restaurant for your next date, remember, she's already reading you. She's forming impressions based far more on your presence than your performance. So take a deep breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Allow your shoulders to relax. Let your face show what you're actually feeling. And then, only then, begin to speak. Not with rehearsed lines, but with the voice that emerges naturally from a man who knows that he is enough, exactly as he is. Because that man, the authentic, present, congruent you, is the only one who can create the connection you're truly seeking. And that, more than anything else, is what she noticed in those first few seconds before you said a word.